Hey guys, it is Sulka. I'm going to be doing a Battlerite gameplay video today, but this one's going to be a little bit different from what I normally do. In this one, I am going to be just going over a replay and doing a little bit of commentary, giving a little bit more background as far as Battlerite. I know I did explain a little bit about how the game is and how it works and everything in my other video, the Shifu gameplay video, but this one's just going to be mostly me explaining the different things about the game so that anybody watching can, be more accustomed with the game. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Battlerite is a 2v2 or a 3v3 player game. It's divided into 3 classes, currently 15 characters. There is the melee class, or melee, however you prefer to say it. The range class, which is obviously ranged. And then the support class, which, each one of those names, you think about it, what is it, what's the name? That's pretty much what you're going to get. Battlerite is a MOBA style game, like I said in the other video. Thankfully though, there's no CSing, there's no having to farm, having to do several lanes. It's just pure chaotic fun is the best way to explain it. So if you're not a fan of the constant grind of having to go through and farm for like 10 minutes before anything happens, then Battlerite is definitely a game for you. Now, the melee class, or melee class, I think I'll say melee just to keep it simple. The melee class, like Master Shifu, who unfortunately just died, great part of the video to say that at, and the big meathead over there, Rook, is a fighter slash tank type class that all the characters have melee weapons. You have to get up in their face to fight. Characters like Rook, which is the big meathead, and then one other, or maybe 2 others. I think Freya, who is the lady with a hammer, which I might do a video on her later. And then Bako, I think is the other guy's name, a shield wielder. Those are the tank type fighters, and then characters like Shifu, my character, and Croak, the other melee character, are both fighter type assassins. Just very get up in your face, do a lot of damage, try to kill your squishies. Generally speaking, the squishiest characters are going to be the range classes and the melee classes. Or no, the range classes and the support classes. Now, most melee classes have gap close. Most melee characters have gap closers and abilities to stick to you, and mostly high damaging abilities to either end a fight quickly or weaken you so that their teammates can finish you off. And they have the most mediocre to heaviest amount of health. I believe that's pretty much everything to explain as far as the melee class goes. Each character is designed differently, so unless you play each character, you won't really be able to grasp and see all the different characteristics of each character. Hey, good job. Now then, on to the ranged characters. The ranged characters, such as Ashka there, the fire wielder, are squishy characters, except for maybe 1 or 2 of them, and those 2 have shields. Most ranged characters though, like Ashka, Tava, and others like that, have some form of crowd control, such as the explosion that you'll see Ashka do to get Rook, the meathead, off of his back. That sphere right there will stun if a character stays inside of it, and then as you saw just a moment ago, he was able to jump and get out of danger. Most ranged characters will have some form of CC, an escape such as a jump or a dodge, or the ability to turn invisible, or immaterial like my character just did, except a little bit different. They can practically become invisible all over the map, and that way you will not be able to hurt them, damage them, do anything to them. Won't even be able to see them unless you're close to them. Ranged characters mostly are very high-powered characters, but unfortunately most of them don't have very high mobility unless they're actually using their abilities. So like Ashka is very slow, except for when he's jumping around or dashing or doing something of that sort. But his damage output is extremely high, as you see. And then the final class, the supports, are a mixture of both ranged and melee. The support characters are mostly focused on healing themselves or their teammates, and more or less just controlling the map. If you use a support character, chances are you'll have some form of CC to either cause the enemy to panic, which will cause them to just run in a straight direction without having any control over their character. You'll cause a root or a snare, which causes immobility, just like you saw just then. You can cause petrify, which gives your enemy a shield so they don't get hurt, but also can freeze them in place, which is something really useful for if you want to take out their ally. You can freeze one, kill the other, so on and so forth. As you just saw, panic, I just started walking into the wall. Let me see, what other CC is there? Petrify, stun, panic. That covers most all of them. The thing about supports is that, along with all the CC, they have healing abilities where they, like you saw just then, you can link up to your ally and you can cause them to be assisted and basically be able to handle themselves without much trouble at all. Supports usually range from ranged and melee, so if you want to be a melee but you want to help your team out, you can do that. And if you want to sit back but still be able to help your team, support them and everything, you will be able to do that as well. Currently there's only 15 characters, but this is a game that is in early access at the time of this recording. And I believe I've covered most everything that you need to know about the game. It's pretty much just very straightforward. You and your teammates battle the other team and their teammates and hope for the best and try to win. Okay, I believe I have covered everything, so without further ado, once again, my name is Solkai, and remember, work hard, game harder, and I'll see you next time. Bye.